Peace, power, and prosperity to everybody out there. Y'all already know y'all tuning into the Mental Magic Podcast, and I'm your host, JT, aka Magneto the Great. And it feels so motherfucking wonderful to be back, man. I didn't realize how much doing this podcast was becoming a part of my daily habits and my routines, and just being in that flow state of like studying and being excited to learn shit, so I can come out here and I can teach y'all a little thing or two, or maybe even refresh your memory, because you got all this in within you, and it's easily obtained or remembered when somebody just cracked the code for you. And y'all already know, season 2 is about the secret teachings of Jesus and how he was trying to get us to the Christ consciousness that's within ourselves. So we're gonna take the Bible and we're gonna use it in the correct term, because the rules of the universe is they can't hide the information. They could just put it in a way that you don't understand it. So here I am. Because Jesus is one of my favorite people. He, Yeshua, aka, was one of my favorite people. And I think in church, I filtered the information that was being given in a different sense of everybody else. Now, I used to really sit there and think in my head, like, y'all taking this shit serious? Like, y'all are literally taking the Bible literal. I think he was trying to teach us something else. So it's like I would hear information from the Bible different from what the preacher was giving it. And they should be preaching their ass off, and I should just be like, y'all know he not talking literal sense, right? And I was a child getting this information. You know what I mean? So, episode 2 of the Secret Teachings of Jesus. Yeah. Y'all know we big on scriptures right here. So, scripture number 2. I and the Father are one. John chapter 10, verse 30. Again, I and the Father are one. John chapter 10, verse 30. When Jesus says this statement, he's not just speaking from I himself. He's offering a universal truth that we all have the potential to reach. Okay? This teaching is the same as saying non-duality, which is essential in all spiritual teachings across the world. Non-duality. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm in my handy dandy notes. Is a realization that there is no separation between your soul and the universal one, source. Say that again. He was trying to tell us that there is no such thing as separation. We literally separate ourselves. And when we do that, we fall in consciousness. That is what makes the 3D reality a real thing. Okay? Because not only do we do it to ourselves, we have trauma that was brought down from generations. Not only that, then you got parents and you got teachers and you got cousins and brothers and everybody else that traumatized you on your way to becoming an adult, to understanding things in your own sense and having your own perception of this world. Okay? Knowing in this truth, there is only oneness. We create the duality. Period. We created it. Yeah, we created the separation. We created the tie that severed us from the all that causes us to fall in consciousness. So, Jesus was giving us an open invitation to get on the same track that he was. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to show us what becoming one with God can do for you. This man was walking on water. This man was healing people with his words. But these folks have taught us to curse each other with ours. You see what I mean? It's insane. This man was showing us the way. He, she, they. We don't know what Jesus really was. He could have been the energy at this point. He was showing us the way. See, the narrow path of spiritual awakening involves transcending the ego, that weird sense of separateness, and merging yourself with the divine presence. Okay? So we the one made 3D shit weird, and did all the weird shit and caused it to be even more weirder than it had to be. So we be out here being weird to ourselves and wonder why everybody else is being weird to us. Yo, no, but for real. So And I do believe that duality is one of the universal laws. So you're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but it really is. So I need y'all to take some time and think about, and I've done this myself, how am I separating myself from the one, the all, God? What about me causes me to fall back into the 3D patterns, back into the 3D way of thinking, back into the 3D way of doing things, knowing that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience? Hmm? And we all are guilty of it. Spirituality is a very narrow path. It's easy to veer off. But as long as you bring yourself back, that's the whole purpose of this shit. You got to remember that you are both. You're a spirit and you're human. Duality. It's the whole thing that we're talking about here. But you have the ability to still be in the middle of that, where the source lies. Because you can't be in the spirit all the time because you're in the body. You can't be in the human all the time because you're a spirit. Okay? We're allowed to be both. If not, then why would we be in a physical body if that was the case? Okay? So the goal here is to transcend the ego. Let's transcend all the things that keep us stuck to this 3D realm. Be in this world, but not of it. Okay? So it's more than just looking in the mirror and repeating things. Or it's more than going to your altar and burning a candle. Or it's more than just lighting sage when you were fucked up in the inside. How do you talk to yourself? What are the things that you tell yourself? What are your habits? What work are you doing internally that is reflecting external? Because everything begins in the spirit. If you want to go change something, change it in the spirit first. Change it within you first. And then outwardly, it will show. For example, man, I used to do a lot of things back in my younger days, a lot of bad things. And y'all already know I speak from experience myself. But something happened one day, and I just decided, you know what, fuck this, man. I don't want to live like this. It got to be more. It has to be more. This is not what the fuck I came here to do. There was no way, and I didn't believe it. And once you answer that call of, yo, what else is there? The universe answers, but it's up to you to pick up the phone. The universe calls us our whole life with the ringer on high, our whole life. Half of us never answer the call because we're not in touch with our intuition. We're not in touch with the spirit side of life because so much is being thrown at you to keep you in the physical, to keep you in the physical, to keep you stuck, to keep you on the lower vibration, to keep you in that fucked up 3D mentality, that animalistic nature that runs the 3D realm. Half of the time I don't want shit to do with this realm, but you know what, I'm here, so I gotta make the best of it. And yes, we're all human. We're gonna fall back into those fucked up habits, but the only thing that breaks a habit is repetition. You gotta continuously remind yourself, spirit having a human experience. Spirit having a human experience. Spirit having a human experience. The shit that I am seeing, I created, so therefore I can change it. It's not real. This whole realm is an illusion. It's an illusion. Bring yourself back home. Make yourself whole again. Make yourself one again. Because the only one that causes separation was you, because you allowed it. Yeah, okay, we're children. We didn't know any better, but it's up to us now to break those generational curses. It's up to us now to change those mind frames, to change our perceptions, to change what we believe in at the core of our being. You created your ego. You're the only one that can overcome it. You're the only one that can break your ego because you created it. Jesus was a very, very bright light. And y'all gotta remember, they crucified him consciously. And the crazy thing is, he still prayed and forgave them the moment that he did it. But meanwhile, you around here holding grudges from 10 years ago. and wonder why you fucked up, why your mind frame fucked up, why your life ain't moving, and why you can't seem to overcome certain shit. It starts with you. Dig in there and find out what the fuck is going on. Because a lot of the times, and being black in America, they fucked us up. Our own people fucked us up. We fucked us up even more. We got in relationships and they fucked us up some more, and at the end of the day, we to blame. Because what are you doing to fix it? Whether that be therapy or isolation and you going to find yourself, whatever the fuck it may be, find that shit. Do what you gotta do. Okay? Bring the beauty back to your life. Find that shit. Find the sun again. Get out the dark. It's okay to go in the dark sometimes, but it's not okay to stay there. So, y'all already know we closing with a scripture. Huh? I and the Father are one. John chapter 10, verse 30. I and the Father are one. Chapter 10, verse 30. And y'all hear these, you already know when I'm doing some good shit, these evil motherfuckers, and they fucked up ass energy go to doing what they do. That's what they do, but it ain't gonna stop, man. Because the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know? If these type of things don't happen, then, hey, I wouldn't know that I'm in alignment. You feel me? So, with that being said, peace, power, and prosperity to everybody out there. I want y'all to stay safe. Y'all meditate. Y'all hydrate, drink your water, stay prayed up, stay protected. Stay out these fuck niggas' faces. Stop watching the news and let weed do what he do. Okay? I love y'all. And y'all know the rest. Just fuck them people. Peace.